So I lied in my video last week and I didn't even know it until after I put it out there. I first said that I was 50 years old and I meant to say in my 50s. So I am Michelle Simon and welcome to I Am the Change. I usually do my videos once a week and whatever comes out of my mouth, it just flies out. And I don't edit, obviously, and I still lie without even knowing that I do it. So I am the change, and I am so excited to be home and back from Florida. I've been telling you guys that I broke up with fear, shame, and guilt in 2019, and it still has not broken up with me yet. So I am doing these videos every week, letting you know I've been working to get into the public eye. I know I'm meant to speak out loud, and I have a message that a lot of people need to hear, and I know things that most people don't know yet. And how I've been doing that is by doing my videos. However, I haven't gotten, my own web page yet. I haven't decided how I'm supposed to do this yet. But I've been filling you guys in, especially like The Rock. He used to say, there was a time when I had $7 in my pocket, and, people are like, I slept in my car. I've been telling you and recording my entire process of how this is happening and what it's been like for me. And it's been really hard. I've been sick for a really long time. I'm now on Social Security disability, which I was in an accident in 2019 that was finally like the cushion. I don't want to say cushion to the, that was just like, that was permission to get out of my job, which was a hair colorist slash hairdresser. I was on my feet for years with neck and back pain, and I just learned that you're supposed to just suck it up and keep going. And that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. I could not suck it up anymore. So I've been changing on where I'm supposed to go in my life direction, and I have parts of it figured out, but not all of it. So I've been holding off putting a web page together and doing more because I don't know how to officially do what I do, and I don't even know what that is yet. So part of me doing these videos is so you guys can watch me go through this process. So I was saying I've been suffering with depression, and here I've had depression my entire life, but I never knew it because it was, I had anxiety, which was I had ants in my pants. I needed to hold my horses, and I was lazy, and that was depression. So anyway, the older I've gotten, the more this has shown up. It has not gone away. It every time I remove things, thinking like if I work on certain things that it's going to get better and it's going to go away, it actually has been the opposite. At least that's been my experience. So I've stopped drinking and doing drugs when I was 18 years old, and I've been sober ever since I've been 18. I'm 53. I'm going to be 54. And I'm also in 2 other 12-step programs, one for adult children of alcoholics and dysfunctional families. And I'm also in Food Addicts Anonymous. So I'm off of sugar, flour, wheat, caffeine. I was off of dairy. I'm starting to go back on it because my face was breaking out even with no dairy. So I'm like, I might as well have it. And my face is still breaking out. So anyway, I went on a trip to Florida last week for my food program, and it was a convention, and it was incredible. And I flew there, and the week before I went to South Carolina to see my son Angelo, and he was turning 31 on September 10th. And I got to go there a few days before his birthday, which he is the greatest gift that I've ever received in my life. And I owe that all to his father. And if it wasn't for him, I probably would have not gone through with the pregnancy. So I realized this man gave me my child, even though he wasn't able to stay for his entire life. He gave that gift to me, and I'm so grateful to him for that. And he might not ever know it because we don't speak anymore. But anyway, I drove to South Carolina by myself over 10 hours. I took 2 days to get there. I stopped in Virginia, stayed overnight, and then I went the next day, and it was fabulous. Like, it was so great seeing Angelo and my new daughter-in-law Dana and their dog Curtis, and they bought this adorable house in South Carolina, which they're probably going to move out of by next year because it's not everything that they'd hoped it would be. And so I'm glad I got to see where they live. We also went, Angelo and Dana took me to this outdoor yoga, which was incredible. It was in South Carolina, and there must have been over 100 people there. It was so nice. And then Angelo and I went and did a sauna / cold plunge afternoon. We had 2 hours at this place, and you sit in a sauna for like 195 degrees for 15 minutes. There's a little clock in the room, and there's other people in there. It's a big sauna, so other people come in and out, so you get to talk to them, because it's the only way I could do it. Is if it was silent, I would have died in there. And then when you get out of there, you rinse off, and then you go into a pool of 55-degree water, and you stay in there for 3 minutes. So that is extremely cold and really hard to do, but the one great thing about it is, as long as you kept talking, or I kept talking and talking to people, it distracted me. The 3 minutes went by and made it bearable, and we did that 4 times in a row, and it was like incredible. It was one of the best things I've ever done, and I've loved it. And we don't have anything exactly like that around where I live in Pennsylvania, but that's in South Carolina. I think it's Sauna House was the name of it. So that was like incredible, and my body felt so good after. It like reset me, and then the next day I got up and I felt the same, which is exhausted. I'm still having my headaches. I'm getting into my depression because of these headaches. I told you I've been following Pretty Sick Heather, and I have the nicotine patches, and I need to get the entire protocol before I start again, but I keep getting blood work done, and they keep saying there's nothing wrong with me. I can't get through a day without taking a nap, which I was never a napper. And usually when I get up, I don't want to get out of bed. And then after I get out of bed, like an hour or 2 later, I need to go back to sleep again. And this has been going on for over a month, but I've had these headaches since February, and it's so upsetting to me. And whenever I get upset like this, I just realized this today, whenever I get really upset and I don't feel good, I get upset because I'm not feeling good, and I just want to stuff my face with food. And I told you I'm off of my sugar, flour, wheat, and caffeine. I'm back on the salt and the spices. I'm still celery juicing, and I've been doing that since June. So I'm still doing that. I'm drinking lemon water. I'm doing all of these things to be healthy. However, I do medical and I do holistic. I do both. And you guys, I wish I could say, like, I'm better, I'm great, I'm fantastic, everything's wonderful. And today is a really good day. I got to go line dancing twice this week, which I hadn't been in a month. So I went on Tuesday. I spent most of yesterday in bed and laying down because I was so tired and didn't feel good. I took 2 naps yesterday, and I didn't shower from Sunday night until this morning, which is Thursday. And a lot of times I feel shame for being that way. I'm so tired I can't even get a shower. Now, if I had places to actually be at, I would. So it forces me to. So I definitely think, I also wanted to fill you guys in. I told you I applied at the YMCA for line dancing. The lady said, yeah, and then I never heard back from her. But I'm teaching line dancing next week and once a month for the next 3 months for drug court, for all the people in drug court, which these are my people. I love them because I should have been there too. I never got caught. That was the only difference between me and people who were in drug court. In my addiction, I should have been arrested many times. I just never got caught. So I wasn't better than anybody else. But I get to teach this, and they're like my people. So anyway, I just want to say stay tuned, stay safe. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all next week.